What's up, guys? In this video, we're going to talk about why you're not lazy. You just maybe aren't motivated to work at what you're working on currently, and that's completely fine. I'm Weston Wickman. I do not by no means have my life figured out, and I don't claim to say so, but I like talking about this stuff because I listen a lot about this stuff because I would like to figure out my life one day and make a whole bunch of money and be able to do whatever I want and have freedom. And I want a life full of passion and really working towards what, I feel really, really great about. And there's been a bunch of times I've been called lazy in my life, and I don't feel like I'm lazy at all. I actually know I can work very, very hard. I was a Division I athlete. I wrestled for all of my life. Wrestling is a very, very hard sport. I worked really, really hard at it. I got pretty good at it. And so I know that hard work is in me, but I will say there are things that I do that I have not worked hard at, and it shows. And that's when I get called lazy. You're doing chores at your parents' house or something like that, and they call you lazy because you're slacking, or you're at this job, this dead-end job that you really don't care about, and you're slacking because you don't want to stack shelves at Walmart because you feel like your purpose is more in life than stacking shelves at Walmart and trading your time for money. So if you feel like this is a long intro, but this video is for you, okay? Because other people feel like this too, and I feel like this quite often. And the thing that always draws me back, right, that puts in my head like, no, I'm not lazy, because sometimes I'm like, maybe I was just, I used to be more hardworking, and maybe I'm kind of being a little wimp right now and not working hard at something, right? But the thing that always brings me back to, no, I can work hard is I coach wrestling for a living now. And when I'm trying to do other things during the day that maybe don't motivate me as much, and then I go to practice and there's a fire lit under my butt, and I love every second of it, and I try to give the kids all of my effort and attention to get them better at wrestling because I know how much it changed my life, and that's all I want to do, and that's all I think about when I get there. It's really motivating for me to see that, like, no, I'm not lazy because I do work hard. And it's just maybe I'm not passionate about the things that I'm working. I'm not passionate about freaking my grass looking perfect so my neighbor looks over and wishes that they had grass like mine, or that the house is spotless so when people come over they're like, oh man, look how clean his house is. I'm not motivated by that stuff. Or when I'm working for $12 an hour doing whatever, I try to stay away from those scenarios. But I'm not motivated to go do that. Or I even think back in college when I was just literally trying to make enough money to pay rent and be able to feed myself so I could continue wrestling. And it was like, I would get I kind of ran two businesses. I ran a pressure washing business and then a car detailing business. And I would get just enough clients, just enough jobs where I would be able to pay rent and continue wrestling. And it was like, man, why am I always just getting by? And it was like, because the most important thing in my life at that moment was wrestling, was just getting better at wrestling. And that's what I was motivated for. And so I really think just double taking, hey, what motivates me? And if that's writing it down on a piece of paper, if that's just thinking about it, if that's talking to your friends about it, talking to your significant other about it, talking to yourself about it, right? Talking to your freaking dog about it. I don't know what it is, but it could be whatever you want, right? But think about, hey, what motivates me? And then off of that, right, how can I monetize that? How can I make money off of that? And I think you're going to find yourself living a more fulfilled life. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not a person that says money doesn't solve, or I don't think money solves all issues, right? But money solves a lot of issues. It solves your money issues, right? Which makes it a lot easier to live. You don't have to worry about paying bills. You don't have to worry about, how much it's going to cost at a restaurant when you go out on your anniversary, or you take your kids out to eat, or, you take your girlfriend out for the first time. You don't got to check your wallet or something like that, right? So money definitely solves a lot of problems. And I realize that it's hard to get monetized on stuff, but working towards your goal of living a fulfilled life, rather than just every single day hating your life and repeating this 9 to 5 monotonous thing over and over and over. Like, go for it in your life. Go for it. Figure out what drives you. Figure out what really pushes you and makes you want to say, like, fuck yeah, I want to get up today, right? And work as hard as I can at that thing. Figure that out, and I feel like your life's going to get a lot better. Mine always does when I kind of think about that stuff. And then most of the time it's just I focus on wrestling, right? And when I focus on wrestling, most of the time my life gets better. Now, thing I struggle with is I do have a big gap of time during the day where I can only practice, the kids are in school and stuff like that. I can't pull them out of school to like teach them and and coach them and stuff like that. I would like to fill that with something. I haven't quite found that yet, and so that's why I say I haven't figured my life out. Right? If I had it figured out, I would just wrestle all day and make a bunch of money. But that's not the reality of what I do. And so it's like I have a big chunk of time that I'm trying to figure out what I want to fill it with. And sometimes it's hard. Sometimes I feel like a lazy piece of crap. But I think once I figure that out, keep trying new things and figure that out, I think it'll be really, really good. So hopefully this helped. I appreciate you listening. Try to post more videos like this more often, hopefully once a day or at least a couple times a week. So if you like this talk, if you like this kind of stuff, I don't know what I'm going to talk about every single day, but I'm just going to talk about whatever's on my mind. Go ahead and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I would appreciate it. This is something I'm actually working on to try to fill this time.